Well, hi everyone. Welcome to part three of our Zoom discussion here with my dear friend Susanna Furlanic. Hi, Susanna. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Amy. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. We got so many amazing questions over the last week from our part one Lymphology 101 discussion and part two, which we got into more before and after visuals. Thank you, Susanna, for sharing what people are experiencing with this new smart device. And it's very exciting to see the before and after pictures. And you've got some really great videos too of people that are just, it's really helping their bodies in different ways. They're feeling better, looking better. And that makes me very excited to get my hands on it myself this week.
It's
so
awesome.
um, Yeah, it's coming this week, and I will be doing my own before and after photos and videos with myself, with my mother, and some other friends in different age groups, men and women. So, Susanna, we tried to get on yesterday for our Zoom, and you were up in Northern California, experienced a little bit of weather, weren't you?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I was stuck in a storm with 60-mile per hour winds and power outages. Cellular service was spotty. It was not a good time. Apparently, it was unplanned for, but I'm back home today, so I'm in a good spot. We have better weather today. Yeah.
Well, you look great, got good vibrations. We're sending you to our audiences wherever you happen to see this discussion on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, on my website, adventureswithamie.com, or here on Facebook. So thank you for taking the time. We're going to jump straight into these questions, and I'm excited to hear your answers, Susanna. So thank you for taking the time here today.
Of course.
All right, the first question actually comes from one of my family members, and I think it's a great question because it's so relatable to a lot of women. And her question was, does this new smart device, how does it aid or assist menopausal symptoms for menopausal women?
Well, in general, because it's targeting both lymphatic system, any type of stimulation or massage in the lymphatic system is aiding the system to detoxify and and reduce inflammation. So if there's a discomfort in the body due to menopausal, things of that nature, that stimulation and the lymphatic massages is just going to help ease that. If you do a search, and I'm going to refer to ChatGPT, which has become my one of my better friends, my best friends actually, and I've replaced it from Google. Anybody who uses ChatGPT can prompt it and ask, what are the top benefits of lymphatic stimulation and microcurrent stimulation for in whatever subject area they're interested in. Just say what are the top 10, and it'll pull it up. It's really fascinating, but yeah, menopausal women, it's a whole category in itself that, aiding and helping women reduce their symptoms,
Mhm.
their flashes, hot flashes, hormonal imbalance, and all that. I mean, of course, they got to, they should speak with their, doctor, healthcare provider, but this is sort of an aid in reducing those symptoms.
And there's so many symptoms. There's the hot flashes you mentioned. There's the insomnia. So you said last week that people were using the smart device on the bottom of their feet before they went to sleep and having much better sleep throughout the night. So that's another, I mean, that's for anyone.
For
Who doesn't
anyone.
want great sleep? And then also imagine a lot of menopausal women, even perimenopausal, that's me, and premenopausal, go through the bloating, the lots of bloating all over the body, the soreness, the tenderness, um, and I would say some weight gain too, right? That's a big one.
Absolutely, because when women are going, they're premenopausal, but they're still having their monthly menstrual. Um, there's a bloating, there's PMS that they suffer through or suffer, but they have to deal with. But then it goes out, it goes away after they're done. And so that, but when you're in perimenopausal or menopausal, you don't have those benefits of depuffing or debloating. So you're having to deal with those discomforts. And so having lymphatic stimulation and that massaging action in the body to help it will help, get the liquid out, get it towards where it needs to go to get the toxins out. um, on a, during those, during any time when you're feeling discomfort. I think lymphatic stimulation, regardless if you're using exercise, rebounding, dry brushing, or even the smart device, it's good to have it's sort of a daily maintenance to kind of have to keep the body well, the optimal wellness. Yeah. So
Thank you for that. And since you and I have been speaking about this and you've been educating me on the importance of a very healthy lymphatic system and having no blockages in the body, that was a really great topic that we went through last week is identifying the blockages. And there's a lot. Um, since I haven't gotten my device yet, I mean, I ordered it right away. It's coming any day now. I have been doing the dry brushing, the bouncing, self massage, like lots of hydration already. I've been doing everything that you said just because I believe in it so much, and um I've been seeing my weight go down too. Right now, I'm the least that I've weighed um, since 2018. So yeah,
wow, it's a nice little side
I'm
benefit.
at 80 pounds already. So and I know when I get this device, it's gonna help even more. So like you said, it's like the garbage disposal system, right? The lymphatic system is getting all the toxins out. And being in the Western world, we're toxified by so much, right?
If without it, this is how critical it is for our health. Is without it, we'd be dead in 24 hours. So
Wow.
it's always working all day. It's trying to help. But again, if we can refer people to the number one, the first video we did, because how to aid the lymphatic. Either spots we have more lymphatic underneath the arms, the neck area, the groin area, and those are the disposal spots. So when you're doing massages, we do a whole training on how to best use the smart device so that you get optimal results. But you want to massage upward towards the heart, towards those areas where the disposal spots are. I call them disposal spots, so they can be released from the body. So yeah, very
Beautiful.
important.
And I'll make sure to have all of this completely linked up when we get this up on all platforms. So if someone missed one Lymphology 101 or the part two with the visual experience before and after photos, they'll find those right away. So those are really great. I mean, you shared great information. Thank you, Susanna. All right, moving on to question number two. So there was a video that I saw somewhere from your group about this smart device. Maybe it was in Asia. So they've had it longer than we have, and they were doing real time on varicose veins, and it almost looked like the varicose. It was like magic. They were starting to become less visible, just from like a one time use. And I would love for you to explain like what's happening in the body to achieve that when they use the smart device.
Well, in addition to the massage, the depuffing, but when you're using microcurrent, it's almost like microcurrent stimulation. You're improving blood circulation. So that's aiding in reducing the pressure in the varicose veins, and it's alleviating symptoms like pain and swelling. So usually if you're seeing the varicose veins, there's some inflammation, there's a little pain. Um, and so that's what you were seeing in real time. The circulation was being stimulated and reducing the pressure.
That was amazing. It was like a magic show.
Yeah.
And hearing someone just like giggling out of surprise, like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, and I
Versus,
remember she stood up. It was her mom. She was doing it on her elderly mom, and um, you could see her standing up, and you could feel like, oh my gosh, they were speaking a different language, but the reaction is very common to the reactions we get here, and it's like a surprised look, like I didn't expect that feeling. I didn't expect to feel lighter. I didn't expect to feel less discomfort, which is magical, which is amazing. This is why we're so excited to be getting this into the marketplace where people really need it.
I'm gonna be doing it to my mom.
Good.
um, well, I guess that thank you for that. This leads to a related question that we get is now someone that has deep bruising. Um, how will this aid in someone that's wanting to help those deep bruises to go, go away faster?
Yeah. So, well, bruising has some inflammation aspects to it. So anytime you're stimulating the skin, massaging it, especially the lymphatic, it's going to help reduce that bruising faster. So, and so it definitely will help deep bruises. There's other reasons why if a person's getting bruised easily, that's something they could be deficient in some uh, vitamin, or they need a supplement, but they can refer to their healthcare practitioner for that. Sometimes it's low iron, but if they are bruised, and they have that sensitivity to that, the massaging stimulation will help it for sure.
It'll make it feel better. It won't be like a harsh experience. It'll be nice and
Oh, it's, one of the things we get the feedback is just the general feeling of wellness, just the feeling they feel better, like they went to a massage to have a nice massage themselves, so that it's really tying into their mental well-being, so they feel better and it helps the body. It's just a wonderful experience. Yeah.
oh, I can't wait. Wonderful. Next question. Now, this is a very broad question. I think we could do a Zoom discussion just on this one alone. Maybe we will someday. So you had mentioned briefly before on doing it to someone, using the smart device on someone's stomach, and that it helped aid in faster or more healthy digestion. So I would love for you to expand on that, please.
Well, anytime, again, when you're using a massaging action, especially on the stomach area, lying down and doing a counterclockwise motion, you're helping the digestive system. Um, and if you do a rebounding, if I remember, I know when I rebound sometimes, I have to use a bathroom. That aiding, because the lymphatic is activated and it's pumping out and helping the body. The other thing that it's interesting, and it's really lovely, I think, is when they're using the device for the contouring beauty purposes on the stomach to depuff the skin and to tighten the skin. They're getting that massaging stimulation, so they're getting a dual purpose at the same time. So you're getting depuffing, you're releasing the toxin, you're getting to use, to reduce it that way. Um, if again, if they have chronic issues, always refer to the healthcare professional, because you don't know if there's any other underlying issues going on. But for massaging, for decreasing depuffiness, discomfort, you know and going back, and even go to, if you're curious, go to Chat GPT or Google and just say, what are the benefits of of lymphatic stimulation, microcurrent stimulation, and digestion. You'll just say the top 10 benefits. It'll pull right up. It's fascinating.
Fascinating. And it's so important. We were talking about gut health before. You know how it wasn't a popular topic until recently. Now, so many people know about it and are taking the steps they need to have good gut health. And so, gut health, digestive health, and then, lymphatic health all together, we're going to be superhero healthy here, Susanna. Which is great. And
Yeah.
you feel so good when you do have all of those working together in your favor.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, this is a question. I can imagine an answer, but gonna let you answer it. Is using this smart device, can it stimulate hair growth?
Well, I'm going to answer that and speak to just general microcurrent therapy in general, because there are a number of microcurrent therapies out there that can help enhance the circulation in the blood flow of the brain, not the brain, but the skull, the skin. It reduces inflammation, so the hair follicles can, if you have any form of inflammation, it will hinder hair follicles from growing, and it can even contribute to hair loss. And it promotes the anagen phase, which is the active growth phase of the hair follicles. So as long as the hair follicles are still alive, the micro, therapies, that you can use on the skull or on the scalp can extend that phase. So it leads to longer growth periods and even potentially denser, thicker hair. Um, this specific If we're referring to this specific smart device, it wasn't really designed for hair growth, but I'm speaking to microcurrent therapy in general, which can help for sure.
I had a question, which I know the answer to, which is this device is not meant for the face, just like it's not necessarily meant, but it's good that you describe that because there are devices that um, are able to be, use for the face, for the scalp, right?
They're definitely the maker of the specific devices is in the device world. That's their whole focus is on creating devices specific for wellness and specific for beauty. So they do have other devices that can aid in the hair and the facial for sure. This
One's
one was
interesting.
designed for the body. So we kind of have a nice eclectic, um, you know, range.
Someone is hair, face, anything like that. In addition to the body, happy to answer questions about that too. So, all right. I was just curious, like if someone wanted to grow like hair on their chest, you know,
I mean, I don't know. Anything is possible. This is just launched. It's so brand new, and 6 months from now, I won't be surprised if I get some feedback about that.
wonderful to see all these, like everything's an experimentation now, and I love to see all your videos. All
Yep.
right, thank you. Okay, so this next question is actually a really good question. So, in any of the international markets that this device, smart device, is now open in, are you getting any feedback or testimonials from professional athletes that are using it, like pre and post workout, and how it's helping them?
We so the Japanese in the Japan market, the Japanese volleyball professional teams are using it. So they're using it because it's helping them with post game, pre and post game, for their muscles. Matter of fact, my daughter is 13, but she's a serious volleyball player. We just got back from a tournament, and the kids were, getting a lot of soreness around the wrist area because they're using the wrist and forearms back. And we used the spa, or sorry, we used this smart device, and it was just it helped them. They were like, "Oh, this is different. Oh, okay, cool." I mean, so it's so brand new. That's the only thing I know of so far from a professional perspective, but I know there are other professional organizations that will be using it to help as part of their athletic sports program.
About 3 days ago, I did a really heavy lower body lifting day, weightlifting, and the next day, even I really did great stretching, hydration, all those things that I normally do, even like a really hot detox bath. I still felt the lactic acid buildup. And I was sore the next day, and I'm like, oh, I want the smart device now. I would be doing it pre and post, and I wouldn't have all this lactic acid buildup as someone who lifts weights. So I imagine weightlifting, like all these different sports, there's just so many applications that we're going to find out.
Absolutely. Again, when you're working out major muscle groups like that, Okay, you're tearing muscle fibers, so you're breaking down the muscle to rebuild the muscle stronger. And there's side effects to doing that. Lactic buildup, lactic acid buildup, and again, the lymphatic kicks in to help remove and clean out those areas. And so when you have electrical stimulation, massage stimulation, it aids and actually will help prep the skin, or sorry, prep the muscle. So if you're doing it before, like before a workout, it'll relax the muscle so it's not so cold and tense. And then you work out, and then when you're done after the workout, your muscle's starting to contract because it's starting to respond. And that contraction you can take. I had a gentleman who came to my home office, and he had just come back from a leg workout, and his calf, I have to share this story real quick. One of his calves was so hard and discolored that the skin was discolored, almost darker than the other calf. And I'm like, there's something going on with your calf because it's so hard and it's discolored. He's like, yeah, I just did leg workout. It was leg day. So I said, well, let's hop on I have a table and let's work this through. And I took the smart device and I just massaged it. And I can literally see the muscle go from a contracted state to a relaxed state. And then within about 15 minutes, he got off the table and he was like, whoa, that feels a lot better now. Yeah. And he's an older gentleman, didn't realize that you could do things to help your body in promoting faster recovery. And he's been bodybuilding and working out at the gym, for the last 30 years. So this was a surprise reaction that he had to that.
Great story. And I love that both men and women have so many different applications for it. It's not simply a beauty device that women would be more attracted to. Both men and women can use it for beauty. Obviously, we all have skin, so we want to stay as tight and firm and smooth as possible. But more so into the health and wellness benefits of what it can really do. And there's just so many applications that I'm excited to explore those with you.
Yeah, and I'm excited too. It I haven't seen where there's an integrated beauty and wellness solution or system. So as you're helping your body for well-being, if women tend to lean into that area for cellulite reduction, contouring, but then you're having both benefits at once, which is you don't have to do two things. You don't have to spend, $100 or $120 to get microcurrent stimulation and then go to another masseuse to get lymphatic massage. You could do it all at once in the comfort of your home as many times as you want, which is unlimited. So I'm really excited.
No brainer. I would rather save the time, the money of having to go out and get all these services and pay for them. Just the driving places and having to wait to get to my appointment and wait in a waiting room and all that. I want to be empowered to use it in my own house whenever I want, as much as I want. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people want that as well. And that leads me really great into organically into the next question, which is people who are in different countries that their marketplaces may not have been opened yet, but they see the value of this smart device and they want it now. For instance, on the continent, the questions I've gotten on the continent of Africa, continent of Asia, if someone is very motivated to get it now and use it on themselves in that marketplace that's not open yet, how what type of workaround can they create?
Well, there's a whole shipment forwarding services that are available all over the world. So this happens all the time where if you don't have a product that's available in the United States, but you see something in Italy or you see something in France and you want it so bad, you can have it either delivered, shipped direct, or you can use a shipment forwarding services so that you have it shipped there. So in an open market, you ship it there to an address there, and then they will professionally forward it to your address. So, like in Africa, our open market is in South Africa. So they would buy it in South Africa and then ship it to a shipment forwarding service, and then they will get shipped to their address. So there's solutions to getting it.
Same. So that was a a question from Kenya, and then we had another question from India. And I think actually it's going to be quite a few people in India wanting this right now. So that's good. All right. So a little bit of figuring out, but very possible. Very good. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm happy to deliver that good news to people. um, all right. So last question. It's a big question. This is moving into a little bit a different space. We've been talking about the benefits and how this is helping people with their body, their health, their skin, their appearance. This question is from quite a few people that are interested, that see the vision here and are interested in creating some income with being able to market this device. For instance, I saw you post something recently about big job loss numbers coming to the US. My neighbor down the street, he's lost his job twice last year alone. And it's not because he's a bad employee, it's just the economy right now. I have friends that are asking about supplementing their lost income from having like a whole day out of the week cut, that they're forced to not come to work, right? That's a big chunk right there. So they're looking at from either a whole replacement of income to just, supplemental income or side hustle type of opportunities. So that's part one. And part two is, which is the next part of this question, I know you'll address both, is if somebody has no entrepreneurial experience whatsoever, are they able to be successful doing this, making some money?
Good questions. So number one, yes, we're seeing a lot of just in the because of our economy, the climate of our economy. There's a lot of people. I've had personal friends that are in the same position. They've gotten laid off, and they're really good what they do. And it's due not just for the economy, but with advances with AI, a lot of jobs are being replaced by AI. So they're now looking for engineers and writers that can, that are specializing in the AI to bring them to that. So there's a change and transformation coming, there is occurring in the workforce. So we do have an affiliate program. This is the way that we're going to get this smart device and its app, and there's consumables that our customers and users can use with it. But the way that we get it into the marketplace is probably one of the most powerful ways to do it is through affiliate program. And so we don't go through the traditional methods of advertising. We know the power of someone who's had a personal experience, and then they're sharing that with other people. We also know that there are brilliant influencers out there, and we know that they have a space in the marketplace where people are trusting them. So we're going down the affiliate program, and definitely it's first what I love about it, it was priced to sell mass market, so it's affordable, and then two, it's a considerable commission that they can earn, and not on just the per unit, but there's a whole subscription model that we subscribe to, which we love because I've been one of the things I know being a business growth strategist and a mentor and an investor in businesses and things like that. I know that where I invest my time or money is in asset income producing assets that pay into you grow and stuff like that. And so we've designed an entire system to help somebody improve their financial situation. So we have an entire system. So to answer the second question is knowing that this was coming, 6, 7 months ago, we went to work to design a, a done for you, not done for you, but more of like a full support and system that a brand new person can easily understand, easily engage, and easily do for the average person. So simplicity has been really a key sort of value system or value of helping people like yourself and other people that they're in a place that they need something like this, but there's not a large learning curve. It's just plug in um, and follow the steps and to go out and make things happen. So yeah, we have a full system and support that comes with the program, the affiliate program.
Cool. And I actually was going through that system that you have, the training yesterday, and you said something that I didn't know, but it really caught my attention. My ears went, ooh. And I wanted to share that you had mentioned in your 20 years of working in with this company in this business that you and your partner, your husband Rich, have created, not created, but you've assisted, you've helped 55 of your teammates create our 8-figure earners. Is that right? Wow. That's amazing, Susanna. 8-figure earners. So there's plenty of 7 figures, 6 figures, 5 figures, 4 figures, but 55, 8 figure. That's wow. You are amazing, amazing leader.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, everyone who has a desire for transformation and they're coachable and, you know, and they're just, everyone has that potential in them. I mean, we live in an abundant universe. And so I'm always seeing things from the top of the mountain looking down. And if anyone's seeing things from the ground, we're here to help them kind of realize their potential and then guide them in that journey and when you have that and you cross it with opportunities, that blend, that formula can create amazing things for people. So
What a beautiful mindset to have of just looking at, because it's true. I mean, this universe is so abundant. I mean, that is our birthright. I mean, we are naturally abundant. And just if someone is feeling like in scarcity mode, that you're able to show them a different lens on life. I love it.
I'm very passionate. Yes, I'm an advocate for wellness and longevity, but I'm also very passionate when it comes to, growth, transformation, success. I always studied what makes people great and a champion in life. And it's, you know, 90%, they say 80% of success is psychology. I truly believe it's a lot higher than that, because everything that you can learn is a learnable skill. But when you can see yourself as a winner and creating and you see things differently, like from the top of the mountain where you're saying, okay, those are mistakes, but those are learning opportunities. So you're either winning or you're learning and you're growing. And the growth is the most important aspect of winning. And I like my daughter, who's she's a volleyball player, and this is her second season, and they're 13-year-olds, and so when they make mistakes, you can see their face or go, oh, they carry that burden of pressure and stress, and we're sharing like let's you want to we want to win, but you also want to be challenged, because when you're challenged, that's when growth happens. And there's another team that was there at the tournament, real quick, because they became number one, and of course we're going to go talk to the coaches and talk to the parents and things like that. And this team is just amazing, and they're always winning the tournaments. And we spoke to one of the dads and said, we're not here to win, we're here to challenge the girls. So if the girls are really outperforming, they're like, we want somebody to challenge them, because we know in that challenge they only get better. So if they're focused on the challenge, they're automatically going to see the success, because that practice and that that journey of improving and oneself can lead to great things in their life. So yeah, yeah,
That's pretty awesome that they're learning that and they're in that growth and expansion mode so early on in life. That's
yeah,
gonna affect them throughout their adulthood.
yeah,
Sure, they're gonna
absolutely. Yeah.
be beautiful. Well, thank you, Susanna. That was just a few questions, 8 questions. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more. And what I'll say is, wherever you're happening to watch this little Zoom dialogue between Susanna and I, you can get back to Susanna, you can get back to myself. You can find us direct message or adventureswithamie.com/wellness. So we are very happy to answer more questions that you may have. For those that are interested in purchasing a smart device for themselves in whatever marketplace you find yourself around the world, we'll help you with that. And for those who are, looking for some income opportunities, whether that be the side hustle, part time, or maybe eventually a full, income to replace, we would love to guide you through that process as well. And we have a wonderful team. Obviously, Susanna and her husband Rich have been very successful over the years. I think now 20 years for you and 30 years for Rich. Is that right?
A long
So,
time. You reminded me of my age, but yes, 20 great years. Yeah.
well, thanks everyone for joining. We may have more discussions down the line. As you can tell, we're both very passionate about anti aging and longevity, and especially this brand new smart device coming to the US market, available to those that want it on February 26th. And it is now available in all other international open markets as we speak, which is how I was able to get my hands on it sooner than later and not have to wait till the 26th. So there are ways you can get it now. And if you're someone that's saying, I don't want to wait, I want my device now, Amie or Susanna, so just let us know and we're happy to help you through that process. Anything else, Susanna?
Yeah, I think we covered quite a good set of questions there. Thank you for having me on again. And I'm more than happy if there's other questions that come on. I'm more than happy to do another Q&A.
Well, thanks everyone for joining. We love spending this time with you, going over just a few really great questions that you've sent to us over the last week. And any more questions that you send our way, we will love to field those for you, either on another Zoom call like this or with you directly. So we'll see you on the next video.